Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone. It's good to be back in person, and isn't it a gorgeous day? My name is Monica Brown, and I have the great pleasure of serving Montgomery College as the Senior Vice President for Student Affairs. Welcome to the 2026 Dr. Harry Harden Jr. Student Academic Excellence Awards. You may applaud. So if you can't tell, I'm just a little bit excited to be back in person this year after 3 years of being virtual, but we never stopped celebrating the accomplishments of our wonderful students. This celebration is one that means so much to us and obviously to you as you have chosen to be here today. Can't you feel the vibe? Can't you feel the vibe? Can't you feel the vibe? Yes. So along with our outstanding students, we have some special guests here to help us celebrate. Would you stand when I call your name? Please join me in welcoming members of the Montgomery College Board of Trustees who are here with us. Montgomery College Vice Presidents and Provost. From the Rockville campus, Dr. Eric Benjamin. From the Germantown campus, Dr. Muhammad Kenamuyi. From our Tacoma Park Silver Spring campus, Dr. Brad Stewart. And let's keep clapping as I introduce the Deans of Student Affairs from the Rockville campus, Dr. Tanya Mason. From the Germantown campus, Dr. Jamin Bartolomeo. And from the Tacoma Park Silver Spring campus, Dean Janae McFadden. A little birdie told me we may also have some of our Harden Memorial Scholarship recipients in the audience. If so, please stand and be recognized. And joining me on the dais, the Honorable Michael Brittenall, Board of Trustees Chair. Trustee Bob Levy. Montgomery College President, Dr. Jermaine F. Williams. Ms. Carla Silvestri, Director of Community Engagement and President of the Montgomery County Board of Education. And all the way from California, Ms. Karen Harden, sister of Dr. Harry Harden Jr. Our interim Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Sharon Fector. And to my left, Dr. Harry Harden Jr. Academic Excellence Medallion recipients from the Germantown campus, Ms. Sanaf Galita. From the Rockville campus, Mr. Daniel Velado. And from the Tacoma Park Silver Spring campus, Ms. Svecha Sveta. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we are honoring the accomplishments of Montgomery College students college-wide. Students and families, you should be very proud. Students, the people who love you, your family, and your friends, these are your roots. Roots rich in values, in culture, and in spirituality. We are all here to support and applaud you. It is a pleasure to congratulate you and to join the celebration of your success. You are why we work so hard, and it gives us great pleasure to see you succeed. And we want you to continue with your success and to complete your goals. It is now my pleasure to introduce Montgomery College President, Dr. Jermaine F. Williams. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, Dr. Williams.
Thank you. Wow. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right, that's a lot better. Fantastic. Thank you, Dr. Brown. Welcome to the honorees, their families, faculty, and staff. Today is a celebration of academic excellence. We are honoring some extraordinary students today. They have committed to a level of intellectual rigor that embodies the best of Montgomery College. They have chosen to nurture their talent and expand their horizons. To the honorees today of Harry Harden Academic Excellence, you have accomplished something remarkable, both personally and academically. You have shown yourselves to possess a discipline that has promoted you to the highest levels of achievement. Earning a 3.5 GPA over 2 semesters with 24 credits is a remarkable accomplishment. Let's give a round of applause. I realize many of you are also working or parenting or active in your communities, so academics are rarely your sole focus. I hope that this reality has pushed you to dig deeper, to try harder, and to work smarter. These are skill sets that I can assure you will carry over into the next chapters of your lives. You may have heard a line from one of Toni Morrison's books, "Beloved, you are your best thing." You are your best thing. The stories you tell yourselves about your own abilities are transformative. You didn't get to this point dwelling on what might go wrong. You leaned into your strengths and built upon your successes and asked for help when you needed it. If success were a formula, it would include those elements. As you move on to your next venture, bring your memory of this success with you and guard your self-confidence, because it will nurture more achievement and even more success. Now, I didn't know Dr. Harden personally. I understand he was a staunch advocate for students, and that resonates with me. As a former vice president for student affairs, I've spent several years focused on what helps get students connected, feel invested, and achieve success. What I have learned about Dr. Harden is that he was a trailblazer at Montgomery College. He was an instructor at the Rockville campus Student Development Office who eventually established the Black and African American Student Academic Awards Program in 1989. He earned a doctorate himself, modeling achievement in his own life, and eventually became an associate professor at the college who was heralded as a catalyst for student success. To some extent, we all stand on the shoulders of giants, those individuals who came before us. I want to acknowledge Harry Harden's work at the college and what it has done to create a culture and structure for achievement. I also want to give a huge shout out to the faculty, staff, friends, and family who have supported today's honorees. Few of us get to success entirely on our own. And finally, our reason for being here today, I want to lift up the honorees for their excellence along this remarkable journey. So, congratulations to all, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Williams, for your inspirational words. Now it is my great honor to introduce our keynote speaker, Ms. Carla Silvestri. Ms. Silvestri currently serves as the Director of Community Engagement right here at Montgomery College. She is one of our very own, a position she has held since 2014. She leads MC's effort to be the community's college through partnerships, engagement centers, outreach, and collaborative problem solving. In 2018, she was elected to serve as the Montgomery County Board of Education. She currently serves as the president of the Board of Education. She has over 2 decades of experience in community engagement, education, and youth development. She previously served in the Office of Community Partnerships of Montgomery County as the Latino liaison to the county executive. She also was manager of the Gilchrist Immigrant Resource Center of Montgomery County. In these roles, she worked to increase access and opportunity, as well as strengthen relationships between the Montgomery County government and the residents it serves. Before moving to Maryland in 2007, she was the Vice President for Children and Youth Programs at Congreso de Latino Unidos, a large community-based nonprofit organization in North Philadelphia. She managed school year and summer youth programs, as well as a center for truant and delinquent boys. She also worked at the University of Pennsylvania in the Penmark Collaborative for Science Education. Ms. Silvestri is originally from Guatemala and has worked in that country in the field of bilingual education. She holds a master's degree in education from the University of Pennsylvania and a bachelor's degree in biology from Florida State University. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Carla Silvestri.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. Good afternoon, buenas tardes. It's such a pleasure to be here with you all today to celebrate your academic achievement, your hard work, your tenacity, your brilliance. You did it. I'm honored to be here to celebrate the Harry Harden Awards and recognize you today. I want to thank all the staff that made this event possible. And I also want to thank all the families that are here for supporting your children in every step of the way. And of course, the students. As I said, you worked so hard, you've shown your brilliance, you were dedicated, and that got you here today. I'm going to tell you a few stories. I hope you like stories. It is the story of some things that have happened to me during my life and lessons that I have learned throughout the years. I came to this country with my family when I was 8 years old. We came with a couple of suitcases. I did not speak a word of English, and we came with no legal documents. We had no other choice. We were fleeing violence in Guatemala in the 1980s. My parents worked in whatever jobs they could find. My dad picked apples in a farm in Pennsylvania, and my mother cleaned bathrooms in a factory. They did what they had to do to survive. After years of hard work and many, many people who helped us, we are here today, a very prosperous family in this country. I have the dream job of working at Montgomery College. My sister is an associate professor in public health at Tulane University, and my brother is a very successful physical therapist. I don't tell you that because we think we're exceptional. We are not special. We are not exceptional. We are just an example of the potential that every student has when they are given a helping hand and access to a high-quality education. And that's what we're all here to do at Montgomery College. I'm very grateful for the teachers that I had in those early years because they gave me a lot of attention. They stayed after school to give us more help. They did arts and crafts with us. They read books to us. That's where I first learned about Judy Blume. All of this was beyond their regular work. They made me feel special. And I am sure that that extra attention helped me do well in school and learn English in just a short time. In addition to that, a couple at our church hired my parents to help them around the house. My dad cut their grass, and my mom cleaned the house for them. In the meantime, they would take us out on activities in the community, and we quickly learned and took in everything about American culture. So my first message today is thank you to all the teachers and all the faculty, and thank you for all of you who are helping a student or a new family, just as those people helped me years ago. No matter what our situation is, we each have a lot to contribute, and we have to help each other. A second story I want to tell you is that when I was a young girl, I was very, very shy. I was afraid to speak. I was afraid to ask for anything. But life did not allow me to stay this way. As I told you, we arrived as immigrants to this country. My parents did not speak English, and they took me to translate for them. I remember my mother going to the post office and asking me to speak for her doing some transaction. I thought to myself, oh my God, you want me to speak for you at the post office? I did not have another option. My mom needed it, and I did it. When I turned 16, she also told me to go find a job, and I did it. My first job was cleaning tables at a restaurant. And now that girl that was afraid to open her mouth and to speak is giving a speech before you today. My lesson learned for you today is that sometimes we have to force ourselves out of our comfort zones to be able to grow and to go beyond what we ever imagined. My third story is that my interest in helping the community was born when my husband, then boyfriend at the time, were in college, and we volunteered to teach English in the neighboring migrant community. I saw firsthand that children were not going to school because they were helping their parents pick tomatoes in the fields. I thought, this cannot be. This is happening in the United States. I know this happens in Guatemala, but here too? This had a great impact on my life, and I decided that I wanted to dedicate myself to education so that all children could have the opportunity to go to school, study, and prosper. So I went to the University of Pennsylvania and got my master's in education in teaching English to speakers of other languages. This education and the fact that I always had to work to support myself led me to some very challenging and difficult job opportunities. but jobs where I also learned to do many things in the workplace and prepared me for high-level positions in the future. Lesson learned, get as much education as possible, and be ready to change paths if you decide to do something different in the future. Finally, when I came to Maryland, I had the privilege of working as the Latino liaison for the county executive, as you heard. This was a great experience because I got to know Montgomery County and many important issues such as education, employment, and public safety. But I almost did not apply for the job. I figured, I'm new here. They're going to pick somebody they already know. I have no chance. But I finally did it. What the heck? I'll try. See what happens. I applied for the job, I interviewed, and I ended up being the most qualified and best fit position for that job. That job opened many doors, and I sincerely believe it changed my life. Imagine if I hadn't ever tried or applied. Lesson learned, do not take yourself out of the race. Do not take yourself out of the competition. Get in there, do your best, and see what happens. Well, I just told you about me, and I know that you all also have incredible stories about challenges, defeats, as well as victories in life. Our stories need to be told. So go out there, remember those lessons learned. Let us help each other. Let us recognize the great impact that others have and that we have when we help others, just like those that helped me when I came to this country. Get out of your comfort zone in order to grow. I'm not as shy as I was, thanks to the experiences that forced me to get out of my comfort zone. Prepare as much as possible to be able to have options when you do go look for work. You're going to work for the rest of your life, so study now, get prepared so that you have great options for the future. Believe in yourself. Do not think that you will not be able to do something. Get in there and see what happens. Again, thank you so much. It is an honor to be with such a distinguished group of students. You did it. You're an inspiration. I wish you much success and happiness in the future.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to be here to celebrate with us and to share your story. And now we have a wonderful treat for you this afternoon. Please enjoy this performance by Montgomery College student Sway Sin Fefe, who will sing and play Boat by Ed Sheeran.
Stayed out for the race. loss that I feel, the times that I jumped and never were real. They say that all scars heal, but I know maybe I wanna.
Thank you, Sweet, for sharing your special talent with us. MC has talent. Yes, we do. Next, we will have reflections from the Harden family. Miss Karen Harden, she is a supporter of the college and sister, as you've heard, of the late Dr. Harry Harden, Jr. She has never missed a celebration, in person or a virtual celebration. She comes every year and is a supporter of this wonderful occasion and our students. Please welcome Ms. Harden.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. Good afternoon. Reflections of Dr. Harry Harden, Jr. Dr. Harry Harden, Jr. resided in California most of his life. After completing high school, he received his Bachelor of Science degree from the University of California at Davis, his master's degree from California State University in San Francisco, and his Doctor of Philosophy from American University in Washington, D.C. He was a devoted member of the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. In 1986, Dr. Harden joined Montgomery College as a student counselor at the Rockville Campus Student Development Office. In 1987, Dr. Harden earned an assistant professor position. In 1993, he became the Dean of Student Development at the Germantown campus. In 1994, he began teaching graduate students at Johns Hopkins and Bowie State Universities. Dr. Harden loved learning and teaching and was a man of great intellect with a big heart. The character of the life he lived might be summarized in a few words: sincere, earnest, loyal, industrious, and self-sacrificing. He endeavored to mentor and support those he led and served and whomever reached out to him for assistance. He was a man of very high standards. Unquestionable integrity, boundless enthusiasm for whatever task he undertook. Harry was respected by his students and colleagues for his usual compassion and notable ability to reach out to those in need of any special assistance. Many who knew him can easily recall the candor of his speech, the courage of his faith, the warmth and glowing brightness of his friendship. He never dodged responsibility or refused a challenging assignment. What he preached, he practiced. What he believed with his heart and soul. He fought hard for every cause in which he enlisted that he felt would be good, right, or beneficial to others. Dr. Harden cared so much about students that he dedicated his time and efforts to helping many, even their families, to confront and overcome personal, academic, and financial barriers. He advocated for the development of scholarships, funds, and loans to help students in monetary crisis. When those funds did not fully address the needs, he used his personal resources or sought assistance from his friends and colleagues to fill the gaps. He encouraged everyone he encountered to pursue his or her dreams, no matter what the challenges may be. His positive spirit served as a shining beacon of encouragement, hope, and inspiration to all. In his daily life, Dr. Harden demonstrated humility, kindness, and respect, which he instilled in students and colleagues. He often reminded them that everyone's job was instrumental in the learning and operations of the institution. He was a quiet leader who encouraged and brought tremendous success to others. He drew little attention to himself and would be alarmed by the accolades and attention that are being endowed on him. He understood the importance of celebrating academic achievement. In 1989, with the help of his colleagues, he established a Montgomery College Academic Awards program to recognize and inspire high-achieving students of Black and African descent. This program expanded to honor all high-achieving students, which now honors his efforts posthumously. In closing, on behalf of my late brother Harry, my late parents, my family, Harry's colleagues and friends who worked extremely hard to continue and expand this awards program, renamed in his honor Dr. Harry Harden Jr. Academic Excellence Awards, I thank you. To the students who are being recognized today for their high academic achievements, congratulations and best wishes for your endeavors. Harry is smiling at you and saying, well done. He is also smiling that we are using his heartfelt motto, every mountain can be climbed and every barrier can be removed. It can be done, but you must want to do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Harden, for sharing your reflections and your heart with us. And thank you for your continued support and for joining us once again for this celebration. I am very pleased to recognize now 3 outstanding students who have received the Dr. Harry Harden Jr. Medallion. These individuals were nominated and selected for the honor because they demonstrated outstanding leadership on campus or in the community. They have maintained a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher. They have excelled in service to the college or community, and they have been approved for graduation with an associate's degree. Would Board Chair Dr. Michael Britnall please come forward to introduce the 2023 Dr. Harry Harden Jr. Medallion recipients.
It is a privilege to be here representing the Board of Trustees to honor all of your accomplishments and certainly the accomplishments of the medallion recipients. But I must tell you, the fact of the matter is it's really we who are honored by your accomplishments. We, the college, we, your faculty, we, the Board of Trustees, so thank you. Dr. Williams, will you join me as we honor the medallion recipients? Ms. Sinoff Galetto, Germantown campus medallion recipient. She is a cloud computing and networking technology major. She plans to attend Columbia University in the fall, studying computer science. I have to tell you, it is exciting to be giving an award to someone for achievement in a field that didn't exist when I was a student. We had a computer, but it was a great big one, and I locked it in a room, and there was no cloud involved. So this is terrific. Mr. Daniel F. Villado, Rockville Campus Medallion recipient, General Studies, Humanities, Arts, Communications and Languages major with a specific focus in vocal music. In the fall, he plans to transfer to the University of Maryland, College Park, to study vocal performance and music education and minor in Latin American studies. To flip the script, it's also exciting to honor an award for achievement in a field that has been fundamental to human existence, I think, from the very beginning, the music as a vehicle for expressing culture. Congratulations. And Ms. Swecha Shrestha, Tacoma Park Silver Spring Campus Medallion recipient, plans to transfer to the University of Maryland's Information Science program at the Universities of Shady Grove to get a bachelor's degree in information science. She's been awarded a highly selective Foreign Affairs IT two-year fellowship funded by the U.S. Department of State, and then plans to go on to complete a master's degree in business administration. Exciting to be recognizing the marriage of public service and free and enterprise. So thank you so much. Thank you. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Dr. Britnall, and congratulations to our student awardees. And now I would like to welcome Dr. Sharon Fechter, Interim Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, to the podium.
Thank you so much, Dr. Brown. I'm Dr. Sharon Ahern Fechter, Interim Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs. I am so proud to be with you today for this wonderful celebration. Now, we will turn to the portion of our program that we've all been waiting for, recognizing all our students here for outstanding academic achievement. I want to remind you that these individuals have achieved an outstanding grade point average, 3.5 or higher, over the last 2 semesters. In addition, these students have accumulated at least 24 credits in both those semesters. Thank you, students, for your hard work and achievement. Furthermore, of the 372 students meeting these criteria, 123 have achieved a 4.0 perfect GPA over these semesters. Thank you, dais guests, for giving us the opportunity to recognize them. At this time, we will celebrate each of these students as their names are read and they come across the stage to be recognized. Dr. Brown, Dr. Williams, Chair Britnall, and Ms. Harden, please join me to greet these students in the congratulatory line.
Elizabeth Davis. Shanya Wang. Yale Nore Fatim Manuela Kulabale. Uchichi Zenya. Angel Ochoa Garcia. Nazrin Yohannes. Christopher Marquina. Ariana Santana Mendes. Monica Diaz. Ariam Asgedam. Jake Abdal. Ivan Jumesi. Timothy Robbins. Kai Caddy. Ruby Escobar. Anna Morakin Murcia. Jacqueline DeVos. Limin Lee. Jai Shin Lee. Indira Yvette Uwambabazi. Zainab Selim. Fatima Cordova Merlos. Irene Sagastumi Leva. Jacob Burkhart. Afnan Saeed. Abigail Guevara. Sue Wynn. Morgan Peterson. Neve Sheridan. Amira Johnson Taylor. Phuc An Huen. Justine Kanza Nguyangang Dijenyu. Sylvia Juliana Gomez Gonzalez. Catherine Meiselman. Adam Adi. Ayuni Fox. Azam Tariq. Carissa Patton. Obed Casanova Bustos. Emma Annie Claude Bastard. Yokaira Gutierrez. Tanuli Madawala. Gonzalo Martinez Perez. Josue Gonzalez Trejo. Maria Jimenez Beruti. Kamyavili Moaviti. Peyton Reynolds. Carol Agapome. Laura Andrea Vargas Munoz. Santiago Sued. Elizabeth Porter. Essie Kwaku. Julianne Barros. Marielle Amigos. Jasmine Hall. Kalarian Stankov. Gabriel Arce. Asvidu Sarmansinghe. Gerald Nduwula. Stalko Seko Dajetai. Alexander Grigolos Kern. Say it again. Shani Glassberg. Nicole, say your last name. Say it again. Che Asari. Nicole Che Asari. Say your first name. Josefa Remedios Danud Marquelero. Victoria Bernard. Chiamako Umiaku. Mona, say your last name. Mona Misagian. Mariana Pinzon. Madison West. Olivia Keller. Lloyd Bekele. Mebata Dessa. Say it again. Michaelin Hernandez. Kylie Shrecky. Sally Moe. Zaina Kaza. Jennifer and Simone Ariano. Hawani Tolosa. Robson Gina. Say your last name, Kevin. Say it. Kevin Igida. Carlos Scott. Win or Newen? Win or Newen? Kenny Newen. Thu Kai Hyun. Luis Lujan. Angel Hernandez Madrano. Abraham McFarland. Odalis Garcia Velez. Yumin Seo. Kelly Zelaya. Katia Villasan. Brianna Moreno. Surya Iyer. Paulette Mathis. Ian Najenga. Aiden Gathman. Giovanni Quintanilla. Anna Eghard. Vishesh Kher. Elvira. How do you say it? I want to make it right. Elvira Nicolina Oman. Tansia Sula. Tess Paris. Francis Roman. Archer Romelli. Gabriela Espinosa. Sudais Kadir Mohammed. Bilo Serrato. Ivan Bliznikov. Alexandro Asensio. Peter Benton. Justin Gaylord. Azarias Tafasas. Albistor? Montserrat Albister. Is it Marie? Marie Emanuela Chloe Belhantier. Stevie Guanelli Manuela Onanga. Say your last name. Say it again. Leslie Campos Quisipisi. Daniela Spence. Say your last name. Insi Alamrogo. Say your last name. Lindsay Aaronfield. Benjamin Fritz. Nico Nagao. Vicky Millihicker. Kian Arkin Mercado. Michael Belen. Fernando Gutierrez. Yabetz Gaburol. Christopher Wynn. Say your whole name. Seydu So. Wilbur. Samuel Wilbur. Jamie. Jaime Gomez Castillo. Luke Vincent. Say your first name. Adeline On. Ferdinand Vasquez. Tatiana Spratling. Lauren Hinckley. Jonathan Salvador. Yenny Amaya Pineda. Say your last name. Say it again. Tamila Urumbaiva. Win or new win? On win. New Gok Lin Tan. Alex Tia Ojeda. Jessica Martinez. Beslin Arye. Martin Silas Diaz. Sristi Jane. Emily Tran. Shriva Ganganini. Selena Jiang. Aaron Peterson. Daniel Chin. Kevin Moses. Grace Sprack. Anhudri de Jacqueline Sevenivante. Aishi Adnan. Abdullah Ramez Abdullah Salam Shamsan. Say your last name. Abdulatif Alamokat. Say your last name. Say your last name again. Khalil. You want me to say that? I'll say that. Gawarji. Karen Khalil Gawarji. Say your first name. Say it again. Judita Herber. Mina Rahimi. Michelle Eileen. Meksad Busar. Yishang Shen. Jeremy Lum. Say your first name. Sanaya Wilson. Gary. Dairi Santos Castellon. Han Lee. Edmark Ancheta. Mary Ibanez. Virgil John Ariaga. Say your last name. Madeline Hogentogler. Albert Walker. And last but not least, Catherine Koo.
Congratulations to all of our students. We are so proud of your accomplishments and look forward to great success for all of you in the future. This concludes our program. Students, please pick up your certificates and a small token of our gratitude during the reception. These items are located at the tables where you checked in and will be available throughout the entire reception. Let me say a special thanks to my office and the Student Affairs team, the Special Events team, other units, and our volunteers for the coordination of this program. Let me thank the families, the faculty, the staff for being here to support our students. And let's once again congratulate our students for this outstanding accomplishment. Guests, thank you all for joining us today. Enjoy the reception and safe travels home.